right, we're back, and there's less than a week until the first votes are finally cast in this thing in Iowa, in the caucuses, of course. Now, a former GOP presidential candidate is ready to endorse the person that he says he believes is the one for this job. Joining us now, former New York Governor George Pataki. Governor, welcome.
Good
to have you back
Martha.
with us again this morning.
Thank you.
So it was not to be for you this time around, but you have decided, looking at this entire crew, who you think is the best person for the job. Who's that?
Yeah, I took a look at all the candidates, and in my mind, there's one person who stands out, and that is Senator Marco Rubio. We need someone who's going to bring Americans together. Senator Rubio has the leadership, he has the vision, he has the intelligence from Congress to understand what it takes to defend us against radical Islam, and I'm proud to endorse Senator Rubio.
All right, we're going to take a look at some of the others who have already, a lot of people on the Hill actually, have come out in favor of Marco Rubio. So let's just put up those screens so people at home can see who those are. That's a look at the folks that are in the Senate, and then we'll show the ones that are in the House as well. The big knock against Marco Rubio is that his resume is similar to President Obama. Obviously, they're very different on where they stand on the issues, but that he's a young senator and that people are nervous about that.
Their backgrounds are different, their ideas are different, and their vision for the future of America is totally different. I have enormous confidence that Marco Rubio is ready today to be President of the United States. He's provided great leadership. He did it in the state legislature in Florida. He's done it in the U.S. Senate, particularly when it comes to rebuilding our military, standing up to radical Islam. And Martha, I got to tell you, to me personally, one of the most important things is for us to understand we're all Americans. We have had a president who has divided us for political benefit. Hillary Clinton is always dividing us for her benefit. Donald Trump is dividing us so he gets the benefit. Marco Rubio is going to bring us together, make us understand we're all Americans with a common future, and I'm proud to endorse him, and I don't intend to just endorse. I'm going to do everything I can to help Senator Rubio win this election.
You know, I pick up in some of what you're saying that you obviously are not a fan of Donald Trump, not a fan of Ted Cruz. There are some Republicans who say that they would actually rather see Hillary Clinton in the White House than either one of those gentlemen. Are you in that camp?
I think Hillary Clinton is disqualified and unfit to be President of the United States. I think what she has done throughout her career... So
you would pick Trump or Cruz if it came down to them over Hillary?
I will not vote for Hillary Clinton for President of the United States. I would support any Republican. Right now, I am endorsing and supporting and going to work and continue to work very hard for Marco Rubio. The hardest would be for me Donald Trump. I think some of his comments have been outrageous and bigoted. I don't think he is fit to have his finger on the nuclear button, but I have no doubt that Marco Rubio is ready today to lead this country, to serve and lead as our president, and to bring us together.
So let's talk about his path, because in Iowa, he is in third place roughly when you look at most of the polls, but we know, looking back at history, that the polls don't always tell the tale in Iowa, so we'll see what happens when those caucus voters speak their mind. Let's look at New Hampshire, where John Kasich, who Bill spoke to just a little while ago, is moving up. He's in third place with 12% in New Hampshire. He's really put all his chips in that state, and that bumps your guy, Marco Rubio, back down to fourth place. Concerned about that?
No. This is a national race, and it is not a sprint. It's a marathon.
But you got to win the states along the way for people to take another look at you.
Along the way, but you have to have a national campaign. And Marco Rubio has a national campaign. He's the only Republican who has people on the ground in all 50 states. He's someone who understands not just New England or the Northeast. He understands this country. So I think he will do fine in Iowa. I don't think he's going to win in Iowa. I think he will do well in New Hampshire, and I think he will do extremely well as the campaign moves on. And I think he has the staying power and the vision to win not just the nomination, but most importantly, you got to win the election, and I think he will.
What do you think about Ted Cruz?
I think Ted Cruz is a valuable asset as an iconoclast in the U.S. Senate. The American people are very unhappy with Washington, and you can express that through just mindless anger, as Donald Trump supporters, sadly, I think, do, or you can have an agenda that is anti-Washington, as Ted Cruz does. I'm not anti-Ted Cruz. I am pro-Marco Rubio.
Governor, always good to see you. Thank you very much. We'll see you along the trail as this moves forward. Thank you very much for being here today, Governor.
Thank you, Martha.